a hustler. She knows how to deal. She ain't fake. She knows what's real. That's Jo Whiley on the way next. Tomorrow, All Request Friday from 5. We will see you then. Have a magnificent Thursday evening in Jo's company. Radio 2 on the Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 7 o'clock. This is Mike Powell. Opposition parties have criticised Rishi Sunak's decision not to attend a major climate summit in Egypt next month. Downing Street said the Prime Minister was focusing on pressing domestic commitments, including preparations for the autumn statement. But the Shadow Climate Change Secretary, Ed Miliband, accused Mr Sunak of going missing in action, while the Green Party MP, Caroline Lucas, said it sent a terrible signal to the rest of the world.
My thoughts are shame on him. I mean, the first test of leadership really is to show up. And his refusal to do that at this really vital climate summit, I think speaks volumes for, their claimed concerns to be a climate leader. Unfortunately, it makes them a mockery of any such suggestion.
A UN report has warned that pledges made by governments last year will fall far short of achieving a major goal set in the Paris Climate Agreement. It said there's now no credible path to limiting global temperature rises to 1.5 Celsius or less. Elections are set to be held in Northern Ireland for the second time this year after Assembly members failed to agree to restore power sharing at Stormont before tonight's deadline. The DUP blocked the election of a new speaker over concerns about the post-Brexit trading arrangements for Northern Ireland. Jonathan Powell, who helped negotiate the Good Friday Agreement, says the Westminster government must change plan.
Forcing elections is going to solve absolutely nothing. It will make sectarian sentiment worse. The vote will concentrate around the extremes around the DUP and Sinn Féin, and you'll end up with an assembly much the same, but with even more Sinn Féin and even more DUP assembly members. So I'm sure the sensible thing for the government would be to drop the elections and try and find another way forward.
President Putin has sought to justify Russia's invasion of Ukraine in a wide-ranging speech in Moscow, claiming the West is trying to destroy his country. The Russian leader warned that the world faced probably the most dangerous decade since the end of the Second World War. 7 SNP members of the Scottish Parliament have voted against plans to make it easier for someone to change their legally recognised gender. 2 others abstained, making it the biggest rebellion since the SNP came to power at Holyrood in 2007. The bill still cleared its first parliamentary hurdle by more than 50 votes. It's been announced that Prince Harry's memoir is due to be released in more than a dozen languages on the 10th of January. Titled Spare, the publishers say it will cover the loss of his mother, his military service, family life, and his decision to step away from the royal family. The royal biographer Ian Lloyd says the book will concern palace officials.
He's obviously got to produce some good stories to justify what we believe is an enormous advance from Penguin. So I think that obviously the palace will be desperate to know what's in it and to alert the lawyers.
The weather starting largely dry tonight with clear spells, although cloud and heavy rain will push into northern and western areas through the night. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 7.
Thank you, Mike.
Jo Whiley's Shiny Happy Playlist.
There's going to be big tunes.
Blowing the roof off Radio 2.
Shiny Happy. If you want to get absolutely bouncing,
this is where it's at. BBC Radio 2.
Thanks to the fabulous, or even fantabulous, Sarah Cox for the past couple of hours here on Radio 2. And welcome to you to the show tonight. We have our Shiny Happy Playlist all lined up and ready to go. So, if you are in need of sending out a shiny shout to somebody, you need to tell me. It's 88291. That's 88291. The email is jo.wiley@bbc.co.uk. Or if you are deserving, if you just would really like to hear your name on the radio tonight as part of our Shiny Happy Playlist, tell me all about it. Text me 88291.
The Shiny Happy Playlist on BBC Radio 2.
Sorry, I was a bit menacing then. Sorry.